This might just be my biggest realistic texture packs video yet. I put every ounce of effort into it and it took around 3 months to prepare. Enjoy and watch till the end because this is not your typical top 10 textures list. It's gonna be fire. Coven is a newly made texture pack. This project focused on making the blocks as detailed and reflective as possible while maintaining a unique medieval fantasy style. The foliage with the Coven texture pack is unreal and it will only look this good if used with the Kappa PT shaders. Now of course you can use other shaders, but take my word for it, it will not look nearly as good. Legendary RT textures is not super unique, but also not bad. You can observe astronomical details on the blocks. And what really stood out to me were blocks like the furnace, which looks good from the outside and the inside. The stonecutter will have an actual moving blade, with amazing reflections alongside it, and not to mention the fantastic designs for both the Enderpearl and Eye of Ender. There are also small Easter eggs, like how the logo of the creator is actually chiseled on the quartz pillars. Legendary RT textures also contain a number of glossy blocks. I don't know if it's a bad thing for you guys, but for me personally, I love it when a resource pack does this. I'm sure you are familiar with the Create mod. Well, what if I told you that there is a realistic version of it called PBR? This new textures will quite literally make the machines and contraptions of the Create mod glow and reflect light accurately. This is honestly one of the most special packs in the list, and that's why I added it very early in the video. RTX Ray Tracing Pack transmuted the RTX Bedrock Ray Tracing in Minecraft Java. And funny enough, with the right path tracing shader, you can make it look even better than the Bedrock edition. The very microscopic details on the reflection of the blocks made me freeze in admiration. Unfortunately though, not every block is covered, only half a dozen or so. But it's well worth it to explore this beauty even once in your life. This pack also doesn't require an RTX card, opposite to the Bedrock edition. Amulet is a themed pack, not a realistic one, but the beautiful reflections and details on the blocks really made me include it on the list. This is a beautiful texture pack that with the right shader will provide you with some unfathomable scenes, especially on the metallic side of the blocks. I mean bro, this looks like a leaked footage of GTA 6. Okay, that was an exaggeration, but you get my point. Amulet is one of a kind pack and you will have a lot of good time testing it for yourself. Stylized resource pack is, well, as the name implies, a stylized texture pack. But the twist here is the overall graphics of this triumph. Despite using one of the lowest resolutions of it, which is the 256x, you can still notice an unfathomable block design. While it's not realistic, but it's something better. It is special and makes you feel as though you're in a completely different game. Now, here's the bad news for you guys. This pack haven't received a single update since 1.17, which was like 2 years ago. And it's sad considering how much potential it had. I hope it gets updated fairly soon, and I will make sure to keep you guys updated on this matter. Ultimate Immersion is the only texture pack that will give you the joy of obtaining a lakeside mansion without, spending $1 million. In all seriousness though, this pack is insanely detailed. Every minute detail about the blocks have been meticulously crafted to mimic real life aspects. Now I have to admit it, while you don't have to spend $1 million to get this mansion, you need to spend a couple of dollars to get the actual pack. So that's that. Nova VanillaPBR was released just a few months ago. The author here decided to only make the vanilla textures buffier and astonishingly detailed. Although this style is kinda oversaturated, but the author managed to have their own spin on it. And some blocks look very unique, and you'd honestly be amazed by how much this pack achieved without even creating a new style. The creator here didn't aim to reinvent the wheel, they simply made it better. Genisis is one of the weirdest packs. This thing that I'm looking at right now is a cow. See what I was talking about? Every block has zero reference to its vanilla counterpart, so this pack is far from realistic. But I still admire the amount of details and the beautiful reflections each one of these blocks carry. That's why I included it on the list. Devorian SteamPunk is another special pack on our list. Much like the Stylized Resource Pack, this masterpiece will have a unique cartoonish style, coupled with some intense details that are chiseled skillfully on a variety of blocks. The foliage in this pack is miraculous, and you'll notice some 3D models added to the grass. Devorian SteamPunk is one of the very few texture packs that make me forget that I'm playing Minecraft. Not only is the pack extremely detailed, but also features an arsenal of some unusual blocks. Prism Resource Pack is one of the subtle but killer packs on the list. This amazing texture pack included a good mix between smart texturing and PBR reflections. Also, let's not forget about the amazing 3D model it contains. My favorite 3D object is the barrel and the lanterns. As you might have noticed, this pack adheres heavily to the medieval theme. The biggest testimony to this are the paintings. Look at those artistic designs. You'll also notice that some items are also textured with Prism, and blocks from the 1.20 update are no exception, but I'm not a big fan of those, to be honest. And the metallic blocks are really something to behold. And lastly, one of the most beautiful aspects about this pack seems to be the foliage. I enjoyed Prism so much, and I think you'll enjoy it too, my friend. Realistico is one of the good old packs that I never seem to get bored of. This masterpiece will promote the vanilla textures with insanely high resolutions. The blocks still have the vanilla touch on them, but once you get a little bit closer, you'll get baffled by those POM and PBR details. It feels as though the blocks have actual structures built inside of them. It's needless to say that this massive texture pack is not something you will be able to run on a school computer, so bear that in mind. It's also not entirely free, so that's a bonus point for you. Umsoea Resource Pack is hands down one of the most realistic packs of all time. And the crazy part about it is how the textures are not taken from real life pictures. It is entirely the author's imagination and creation. This texture pack proves that our only limitation is our imagination. I have to mention though, this pack sadly has been left outdated for God knows how many years, but it's worth checking it out if you haven't already. Pulchra Resource Pack included a minimal resolution, but with a super high concentration on details and reflections that you wouldn't even think it's 128x size. I mean, check out this lantern. It's seriously detailed. A feature that is worth mentioning about this pack is how things like iron bars will bend and create a circular shape. Same goes to the fences. And most of the items are covered with Pulchra, as well as the foliage in general. But a side note for you, my friend, your frame rate will suffer. Rudy Photorealism is a texture pack that was created in the sake of seeing how far ray tracing can go in a blocky game such as Minecraft. And oh boy, it was beyond our wildest imagination. Not just ray tracing, but the attention to detail from the creator's end as well. Check out this flower pot for example, or this golden block. See where I'm going with this? This pack is a hidden gem that I was blessed to come across back in 2021. Now the pack itself is not 100% completed, but the vegetation side of the game is mostly textured, so it is not overly uncompleted. But it's worth mentioning that the pack stopped progressing for a good amount of time, which is a clear waste of potential. When talking about potential, it's well worth mentioning the Nirvana pack, an ultra-realistic resource pack with over 129 blocks covered. But unfortunately, the creator of it decided to abandon its development. Everything about Nirvana is chiseled with care and attention to the smallest minute detail. The 3D look of the blocks, coupled with the precise reflections, resulted in some ridiculously realistic graphics, something you'd have never thought is possible. But as the case for many textures in our list, the only limit to what you can achieve is inside of your head. And I'm feeling disheartened to how the creator of this pack gave up on his work due to the lack of support. As of now, the pack is not available for download, but I included a link for the creator's Discord. There you can go and show your support and admiration for the pack. And who knows, it might be the reason the Nirvana pack's artist release his work to the public. MieJOJO featured phenomenal connected blocks. The pack itself is so similar to the Umsoea textures, but many parts of it differentiate, like lanterns, the bricks, and leaves, and also blocks like the obsidian. Browsing this pack a little further and you'll be bound to fall in love with its accurate reflections. It's almost as if it's a mirror. You will also bump into some insanely detailed blocks, so detailed they would confuse it with real life. Check this stone cutter for example, it's insanely accurate to its real life counterpart. Or this glass that converts sunlight into a colorful shadow. Not to forget how the metallic blocks are so reflective that you can literally see the other way through. Throughout your gameplay, you may also encounter some blocks with weird shapes, like this quartz pillar. The most unique part about MieJOJO are the sand and grass connectivity. It feels like the sand has an actual collision and immerses on top of the grass instead of immersing with it. MieJOJO is another amazing pack that unfortunately lacks consistency since it hadn't had any updates in years. Digital Dreams Sci-fi is a futuristic resource pack. This texture pack helps break the casual photorealistic style most texture packs tend to lean towards. I love the overall look of this pack and how it becomes magnificent when it's nighttime. A pack from the same person is Digital Dreams Photorealistic. This pack, however, is much more advanced. It looks fascinating and I wholeheartedly admire the depth of each and every block here. Just observe this comparison against the VanillaPBR cobblestone. And the foliage aspect of this pack is otherworldly. Also, I'm a big fan of the 3D models here. You'll come across things like couches and tables. And the glass textures are quite aesthetic and visually pleasing. And when it's raining, you'll notice a kaleidoscope of reflections on the wood blocks. This pack covers a multitude of blocks, none of which seems to be rushed or quickly produced. An example of this is the bedrock. I bet your jaws dropped from this. I know that because mine dropped as well. As a final shot of this pack, let's behold this beautiful sunflower. Right from the start, you can sense the incredible effort it took to produce such textures. That's right there is the Clarium pack. The surface of the blocks here is so deep and reflective at the same time, the thing that forges these peerless graphics. Although we can also notice lots of untextured blocks. The reason is that this pack was left behind and stopped progressing. I mean, I can only imagine if every single block was covered with this exact precision and detail, it would be an absolute overkill. For now, we can appreciate these graphics. And you can also try the Clarium texture pack for free. Don't let the breezy name of this pack delude you. It is definitely not your typical photorealistic pack. This texture pack adopted a unique approach by producing textures that are extremely detailed but with a unique spin. What I mean by this is that some blocks here are nothing like real life, yet they feel like they could very well exist in the physical reality. I've played many realistic games in the past, but none of which managed to even come closer to this level of accuracy. Also, the stone blocks are something for the eye to behold, though I noticed some issues when getting closer to the blocks. If the author of the pack is watching this video, could you please comment down the solution to it? Thank you. Nova PhotoRealistic is a texture pack that will provide you, my friend, with a one-in-a-lifetime experience. And the block coverage here is relatively high considering the intensity and quality of the textures. Before we start here, you must put the textures in that order. Anyways, the HardTop Combo is a mixture of packs I invented myself. This mixture included the basic Vanilla Accurate pack, the XXL Vanilla Accurate pack, and the Tune Accurate pack. The reason I mixed them together is due to the amazing textures each one of them offer. Putting them on that order will allow you to observe the potential of each one of them combined. And the special about this combo is how every single block is covered. This means you'll enjoy a complete set of textures, but it also means that your PC will have a hard time running it. Some blocks are so unique and at the same time so realistic, something that we seldom see in modern packs. And I love how you don't have to zoom in order to see the beautiful textures, since even the zoomed out visuals look amazing. I'm so glad that I assembled those packs when I did, since I never thought it would turn out to be this marvelous. Another pack that is derived from the Umsoea pack is Survival Friendly pack. Although the title of it may seem simple, the textures are surely not. The graphics here is so gorgeous, especially on the stone type blocks. They look amazing from afar and even better as you get closer. While some blocks are the exact replica of Umsoea textures, we can clearly see other blocks that the authors had his own spin added to them. I love this pack, and it is a surprisingly active project with the author giving you updates every couple of days. HodCraft is a simplified version of the Edition pack, and despite this pack being 8 times smaller than the original one, it still looks marvelous. Plus, you'll get a much better performance using it, and it costs almost half the price. What I love about HodCraft is how it adheres to a subtle medieval style, making your world richer with amazing colors and fascinating vegetations. When it's raining though, you'll observe the pack's full potential with this realistic witness on the floor. And as a final note for you, my friend, the blocks are highly connective and will merge with each other seamlessly. RealisCraft is a super detailed texture pack with default textures. And I know what you may be thinking. This is just another vanilla edge resource pack, isn't it? Well, you're actually right. But does it look good? I guess the answer to that is yes. That's why I included it here. This texture pack is best used with BSL shaders, though it's up to you. All furnaces will be covered with this pack. And notice that the 1.20 blocks are also textured. The RealisCraft would be a refreshing texture pack to try, despite many other projects carrying out the same style before it. Another incredible LEGO pack in our list is PolyBrick. The style here is a bit different than other LEGO packs, and I generally love the mobs design here and how reflective and stylish they are. When going to a village, you'll notice something weird. The stairs are no longer cubic. They look so out of touch with Minecraft, but in a good way. It's insane how the author of this pack manages to cover so much blocks with such attention to detail. And just for the record, it's the same author who created modern realistic and archaic packs. This is a survival-ready pack since even the items and tools are covered, but sadly, you can't get the pack for free. Still, by paying the $5 Patreon pledge, you will get not only PolyBrick, but all of the other packs from the same creator, so it's value for money. I'm not sponsored, I swear. Feudalist is a texture pack that mainly focuses on transmuting the Rust medieval style into Minecraft, with the addition of some interesting 3D models, like this torch over here. In general, the Feudalist is a pack that will entirely change your perspective of Minecraft as a whole, since it's abundant in connected textures and detailed blocks, and the foliage here is one of the best, if not the best I've ever seen in my life. And some pump textures will make you question whether you are playing the same blocky game as you are used to. This effect will especially prove itself when you join a medieval map like this one. In short, Feudalist is for those with deep imagination and a burning desire to explore the medieval theme like never before. As a final pack in the video, we've got Asgardia. While it's not super rich in terms of the blocks coverage, but the ones that are actually textured here look very promising and gives me a feeling that this pack will grow to be one of the best realistic textures of all time. My favorite part about it are those souls. They look wonderful and have special engravings in them, which as a result intensify their looks and make them actually unique and not just a copy of a real life sword. Other blocks have also been textured, and I hope the author of this pack never give up on their work because it is truly spectacular. Minebricks is the last LEGO pack on our list, but it's not just a filler pack I added to the list, but one that probably sticks to the LEGO style the most, since the blocks here are nothing like vanilla. They look like they are actual LEGO pieces put together. And you'll observe that the most when you try the high-end versions of this pack. From all the LEGO packs I've showcased before, Minebricks certainly earned a place in my heart. Obviously, I can't fit every single pack on the list, so watch part 1 to not miss on the other realistic texture packs. They are just as cool, and I think you'll be interested to check some of them out. This video took forever to assemble, so a like and a subscribe would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, my friend, and I'll see ya in the next one.